Intensive farming is a method of growing crops intensively with high costs and large number of people. This farming system allows farmers to produce quality crops and maximum yield with the effective use of suitable equipment and land. Intensive agriculture practice considered sustainable have been developed to slow agricultural land degradation and also regenerate soil health and ecosystem service. This development falls under the category of organic agriculture or the integration of organic and conventional agriculture. This agriculture has been practiced in highly populated areas with limited land supply, such as India, Bangladesh, China, and Thailand. The environmental impact of agriculture has an impact on many different factors, such as soil, water, air, animals, people, plants, and food itself. Agriculture contributes to a number of environmental issues that cause environmental degradations, including climate change, deforestation, loss of biodiversity, dead zones, pollutants, land degradation, and waste.
Agriculture is a fundamental part of our society, but it is important to examine how modern practices are impacting our natural world. Today, we will look closely at the environmental footprint of intensive farming. One of the impacts that intensive farming brings is soil depletion, damages, deterioration, or decline, which all interconnect. The focus on monocultures and the application of chemical fertilizers and pesticides result in soil nutrient leaching and chemical pollution, respectively, that reduce soil fertility and genetic base. Tilling and planting intercrop without the cover crops often result in soil erosion that leads to loss of the fertile topsoils and thereby reduces productivity of the land. In addition, the intensive farming methods employ the use of tractors and other machinery that compact the soil and thus limit the soil porosity and infiltration of water, thereby increasing the rates of soil erosion and limitations to rooting patterns. In regions with low rainfall, manipulation of the landscape through irrigation results in salinity, whereby the soil becomes unproductive due to the accumulation of salt. Overall, all these factors contribute to a massive deterioration in the quality of the soil, reducing the capacity of sustaining agriculture and jeopardizing the future of soil-based farming.
The primary cause of agricultural water pollution is inadequate application of nitrogen fertilizer and pesticides, which leads to significant non-point source contamination of groundwater. A lot of chemical pesticides and fertilizer are used to maximize grain yield. Water pollution results from the fertilizer's partial usage and partial conversion. Surface water bodies, particularly the groundwater in agricultural areas, have higher nitrate concentration due to intensive farming using large amount of inorganic fertilizer and the return flow associated with irrigation. These ongoing challenges are represented in three crucial managerial and environmental issues that require improvement. First, the removal of pollutants from groundwater in areas used for agricultural production that were harmed by bequest contamination, chemical fertilizer and pesticide used for irrigation, uncontrolled spread of industrial and agricultural wastewater, and disposal of industrial residue from industrial areas. Second, the careful management of groundwater to maintain stratigraphic texture security and revive the groundwater table. Thirdly, the treatment of polluted areas where water intrusion could introduce pollutant into groundwater. Therefore, environmental governance should take industrial and agricultural water pollution into account.
To tackle the problem of intensive farming, everyone from the farmers, authorities, and consumers have to take action for a journey to a better world. The farming industry can shift to a more sustainable alternative in crops growing. The example of alternative crops growing including practice cover cropping and integrated pest management (IPM). Cover cropping is a method of planting a plant in the period between harvesting and planting the next one. Integrated pest management is an approach to minimize the usage of pesticides by combining usage of natural methods and the correct ways to minimize its usage. This method comes with various advantages including enhancing soil fertility and improving soil structure. Other ways to minimize the impact of intensive farming is by using the advanced technologies in the farming industry. By implementing the advanced technology, we are able to protect our environment and maximize the yield productivity. Technologies such as precision agriculture can be used in order to overcome the problem caused by intensive farming. Techniques like sensor-based monitoring and data analysis will allow users to use target applications of sources such as water and fertilizers. This technique is able to reduce waste, minimize environmental impact, and optimize the yield. Besides, the advancement in biotechnology sectors can be used to develop a variety of crops that can potentially reduce its resilience to external input.
In conclusion, while it helps sustain heavily populated areas and produce large amount of food, intensive farming has a negative impact on the environment, especially when it comes to the quality of the soil and water. The over-reliance on monocultures, chemical fertilizers, and large machinery causes compaction, erosion, and nutrient depletion in the soil, which in turn compromises the health of the soil and the sustainability of agriculture. Furthermore, overuse of pesticides and fertilizers pollutes water supplies severely, impacting both surface and groundwater supplies. A move towards sustainable farming method is necessary to lessen these negative consequences. Reducing dependency on pesticides and improving soil fertility can be achieved by embracing crop rotation and integrated pest management. Additionally, improving agricultural methods can lessen their negative effects on the environment. The agriculture industry may strike a balance between environmental stewardship and productivity by implementing these sustainable options, guaranteeing long-term food security and ecosystem health. Thank you. That's all from us.